Hey guys, Greg with planetgreenzen.com here, and today's audio blog is going to be focused on budget and how to progress a little in life. And for those of you who have never been to this channel, thank you for joining and coming to see what this is about. But what I do here at Planet Green Zen is I like to help educate the world holistically regarding 5 different areas of life, which include mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and socially. Again, I just want to speak life into people just to help them realize that there's more out there than just a hamster wheel, rat race type of mundane life. And once you discover that and you really start to use your mind and reprogram your paradigm, which is your subconscious, you start to get different results in life. So today's audio blog is entitled Quick and Easy Tips to Keep Yourself on a Wise Budget and Progress in Life. How many of you throughout the years have come across hundreds of people that have always complained about not having enough money for this or for that? Maybe you are one of those people complaining all of these years, but when you really break it down, a ton of everyday civilians spend crazy amounts of money on things that are keeping them from progressing in life. I'm not just speaking about progressing financially, but having a healthy and wealthy bank account can ease stresses and also assist in having a better balanced life mentally, physically, spiritually, and socially. Here's how. Below are just a few of my thoughts and suggestions on how you can get a jump start to financial independence. There are many other ways to save money and spend less, but I believe the below examples can help in getting people more on track with their financial goals. There's 8 bullet points that I cover, and here they are. The first one is live below your means. The second one is live on a set budget. The third one is get rid of financial distractions. The fourth is use of credit cards. The 5th is exercise more. 6th is extra income suggestions. 7th is healthier food investment. And 8th is save and invest. So the first one, live below your means. I know it's easier said than done, but once you have the mental discipline and really focus on the end result, which is your why, quote unquote why, then this becomes easier over time. Take an evaluation on everything that you spend on, focusing on daily, weekly, and monthly habits so you can have a visual of where your money is going. Next category is live on a set budget. Now, take the monies that you are spending and plot them out on a budget sheet. There are tons that you can download for free on the internet, or you can just make your own. Once you have your budget sheet set, ensure that you have input everything that you are spending the money on. It can be easy to forget a few things here and there, but it's critical that you are tracking everywhere your money is going. Ensure you also jot down your monthly net income, the amount of money one takes home after taxes are subtracted, typically from being an employee and having a W-2 at the end of the year. Then comes the fun part. You should start subtracting all of your monthly expenses from the net income and see how much money you have left over for the month. If you are in a positive with hundreds of dollars left over, congratulations. You are one of the odd ducks in the American population living below your means. If you break even, then also congrats on being one of the few rare that isn't overspending each month, but you still have some work to do. Now, if you are reading this and you can relate with the majority of American population, you are living above your means, you are in the negative each month, overspending and racking up endless debt. The next part is get rid of financial distractions. Look at where some of your spending is going, that you don't really need to spend money on. I know before getting on a budget, I was spending at least $200 a month on fast food. Once I got on a budget, I got rid of that very quickly and was happy to see extra money sitting in my bank account. Another area you can trim down on is that $200 cable bill. I know that this is first TV shows that you must watch every week, but there are other methods of streaming shows without making your wallet very sad. I also would like to recommend that if you eat fast food every day, that's an easy $200-$300 right there that you can save per month. I would recommend also going to a grocery store on a weekly basis and buying food to cook or prep for an entire week. Save eating out for on the weekends or just reduce it to 1 to 2 times a week. Also, when shopping at the grocery store, keep yourself on a budget as well so you don't overspend on unhealthy snacks and soda that you crave versus the stuff that you actually need. That's a very significant amount of savings. I know this will also be a hard reality to accept, but if you really want to get ahead and start to see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's worth every second of your time. If you will want to have your future self find a DeLorean with a flux capacitor and going 88 miles per hour to travel back in time just to come back and thank you for setting yourself up for a healthy financial future, then I think it'll be worth a shot at least to think about. I still know people that need to have name brand clothes and shoes. You can go to a reseller and spend 20, 30s on a pair of jeans that are also comfortable and get a good quality brand. Even if the brand isn't well known, your pocketbooks will still thank you. Paying for name brand clothes may cost you up to $100 per pair or even more. And that's, my friend, is very insane. If you have any other quote unquote financial distractions, get rid of them, such as, but not limited to, monthly magazine or newspaper subscriptions. You can get all of the information you need online, and it's free and more up to date. Maybe switch to a cell phone carrier that is local and cheaper in price, that you can fulfill yourself and your family's needs without sacrificing much data or calling. I know every household has individual situations and needs, but many can relate to the above situations. If you tally up all of the unnecessary costs, that can be a whopping $400 plus in savings per month. I do know there are many more ways to save money, so if anyone wants to suggest ideas or provide feedback, feel free and post a comment. Next category is credit card usage. Credit cards are not bad if you use them correctly. As Uncle Ben once said, with great power comes great responsibility. I like to use them due to some of the perks and points you get by using them. What gives a credit card a bad rep is that people use them as if they're free cash machines that spew out free money, and that money doesn't need to be repaid back with interest at times. If you use a credit card just to make monthly payments on it, not only are you putting yourself in debt, but you also, it comes with ridiculous high interest rates, and you will end up paying more money for a product or service that costs more than the original. So let's say, for example, you go and buy something that's $20 and you go, well, let's probably put, let's say $200. And instead of waiting to save up the money to just buy it outright, $200, or put on a credit card, then you pay the $200 when a bill is due, then you don't owe interest. But if you just pay monthly bills or the monthly rate, and then you will rack up charges with that. So for example, you may pay $20 a month, but then it's going to come with like a 14 to 16 or 20% interest rate. And then you're, instead of paying 20, you'll pay more, like $25, $30 a month. And then you're going to end up paying like closer to $300 or even more dollars for that $200 product if you were to just buy it outright. So again, just make sure you do use credit cards wisely. And that's typically what the next part is going over. I kind of got ahead of myself. Sometimes I get passionate and I go off track of my written blog, but it's okay. So the next part is related to what I was just speaking to. What typically would cost $20, you'd be paying $30 for it due to the high interest rate. If you do use credit cards, I would highly suggest that you use them as debit cards and not as credit cards. Set a specific amount to use, that's say $100 per month in credit card purchases, but also make sure that you have money in your checking account to use to pay it off fully each month. If you need more clarification on this, just contact me using the form on this website. Well, if you go to planetgreenzen.com, there will be a form that pops up. You can definitely go there, or this will be on YouTube. So use the various methods below to contact me. Website, I'll try to do my best to try and explain this better. Now, again, before I do so, I must warn you, I am not a financial advisor. Again, I just give you suggestions on what helped me. Just pass that on to you, and then you do your own due diligence. The next category is exercise more. You don't need a gym membership to get fit. Cancel your monthly gym membership and work out at home. There are plenty of different types of muscle building, cardio burning workouts you can do right from the comfort of your home. You can go online and find tons of free workout videos to use for inspiration. Meditation is also a practice to develop the habit for. Extra income suggestions is the next category. Turn your unproductive time into productive time. Instead of being glued to the TV, soaking on the couch in your own sweat, wasting away, invest that time to helping benefit yourself and possibly others. Think about starting a small business of your own. I have an amazing side business along with writing blogs that I am building on the side that has taught me a lot about self-discipline, time management, integrity, developing my character internally and externally, developing multiple assets, becoming a better version of myself, and much more. Every day, thousands of people have amazing ideas when it comes to investing, but never do anything about it. Do some research on how you can try and market yourself. You never know. Maybe your idea can make you tons of residual income. Also, host rummage sales to get rid of all of that stuff that is collecting dust in your house. You don't need anymore, or try to sell any antiques that could possibly be worth great deals of money, or maybe you don't want to sell your antiques, so let them just rise in value. We have all seen those TV shows where somebody randomly goes to a rummage sale and buys a painting for $1 and come to find out that it's a missing piece of history that is worth tens of thousands of dollars, if not millions. The next category is healthier food investment. I would suggest using some of the extra cash that you have saved from not buying junk food and snacks and start to invest in buying healthier food options. Your body will thank you in the long run. For example, I would say buy so I did write this prior to me actually getting rid of mostly meat. So I'm actually going to skip over this meat part because I have evolved. And again, I wrote this about a year ago. So I just love to see when you actually come back to something, you see how much more you have grown. So because I do have sight by ground turkey instead of ground beef. But again, you know what? I'll read it just because if you are still a meat eater, I highly recommend looking at going vegetarian and vegan. But if you do like meat for now, I'll just go ahead and read it. Again, I don't really edit this audio blog. I just freestyle and just read it and comment on it and just post it so you guys can see I'm a real person, and sometimes I make mistakes or my brain is all over the place, and you can just see that, hey, he's just a regular guy too. So, okay, I'll just go ahead and read it. For example, again, if you still eat meat, I would say buy ground turkey instead of ground beef if you are a meat eater. It's a healthier option, has less fat. Also, be sure to read the labels of the meat that you are buying and check to see it clearly states no antibiotics or growth hormones used. I would also recommend buying food with ingredients you can say and pronounce and are very minimum. Yes, it's a bit more expensive and time consuming, but when you actually think about it, it'll actually save you more in the long run. If you develop health problems from not eating correctly, you may need to have more doctor visits and need to be put on possibly multiple medications to help with the health problems that have developed over time due to the lack of improper nutrition. Adding those two situations can add up and be very expensive very quickly. Now, just to add a side commentary on this, I really don't believe in medications. And I know again, I'm not a doctor or physician or anything, but I believe in more natural ways to actually helping yourself, because it's looking for alternative ways. I go to a natural medicine person or look online for remedies you can make at home with garlic and ginger and honey and lemon, because I use that, or turmeric, some people pronounce it differently, ashwagandha powder, just again, things that are made on earth, because there are natural remedies on this earth that's made for us to be able to take and use, and then it helps us be stronger and just keep our balance. So go ahead and take a look at that stuff, guys. And let's see here. Alrighty, guys, we're down to the home stretch. The last category is save and invest. Now, with all the cash you are saving, make those savings work for you instead of you constantly working for it. I would highly suggest if your employer offers a 401k match option, then take them up on that. Many employees are not taking advantage of this free money option offered by employers via 401k. It's pre-tax money that goes into an employer-sponsored 401k. You can't miss what you don't see. If an employer offers maybe 3 to 4% match, you should put in 3 to 4% at minimum so you can maximize your 401k contributions. For personal use, I would recommend opening up a Roth IRA for retirement to put savings into as well. Roth IRAs use post-tax monies to fund the account that you'd put in yourself from your own checking or savings account. An important note, you shouldn't withdraw the money you set aside for retirement prior to reaching 59 and a half due to tax penalties that will occur if you do so. I do believe that it'll be a 10% penalty per transaction, but don't quote me on that. Conduct with your own research and your CPA and your own financial advisor. I started to teach myself on how to invest into the stock market, still very novice, but learning more every day. But I get more confident every day with my investments. Did you know that you can earn dividends, which are a sum of money paid to shareholders of a corporation out of earnings, on top of your original principal you initially put into the stock market? If you did not know that, go ahead and research it. There are tons of low-cost ETFs, which are exchange-traded funds, you can take a look at as well. Stocks will be a long-term investment. You need to train yourself not to expect instant gratification, but to have patience. Again, I am not a financial advisor, but there is such more information to learn regarding the stock market. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to develop the needed skills to be a savvy investor. Instead of watching mind-numbing videos on the internet, I would recommend watching educational videos on how to invest in the stock market, read online articles in stock investing and other areas of interest. Join forums or groups that focus on these areas as well. Also, while driving in your car, instead of blasting music trying to show off that sound system and compete with other motorists on the road, Again, it's pretty much annoying for a lot of people to just sit there next to you while that music is blasting. But try to listen to educational audios to help you learn and better yourself with investing in other areas of interest. There are other ways to invest in yourself as well, but these are just some of the suggested areas that are easily to start and don't need much maintenance. You will progress over time with the areas that interest you the most. Well, I hope some of these tips helped you out a bit and will inspire you to start thinking about what you can do in order to ensure you have a healthy and wealthy future ahead of yourself. This is Greg with PlanetGreenZen.com. If you've liked what you heard, please subscribe to the channel. Please share. Please like. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and comment below. I will be able to answer every question that comes through. So hope you guys do have a great day, and thank you for your time.